the girl who walked backwards. They silenced her, then buried her. The truth came 9 minutes too late. They buried her behind the Iroko tree, like a secret too heavy to carry. No chants, no names spoken, no prayers from the priestess. Just ropes cutting into her wrists, a gag still lodged between her cracked lips, and a mold of red-edged toast onto her body like shame. She had been dragged through the village barefoot, her wrapper torn and trailing, her steps limp and slow, not by choice this time, but because her body had given up. Someone kicked her, and she collapsed at the edge of clearing. "Get up!" they spat, daughter of devils. She didn't get up. She only looked skyward once, just once, as though she could already see the truth they were too blind to face. They threw her into the grave with her feet first, her head falling back against the soil, hair split like dark roots. She landed hard. A grunt escaped her chest. One last breath, maybe, or maybe not. They didn't check. The ropes weren't removed. The gag wasn't taken out. Her name, Adobe, was never uttered again. They covered her body fast, hands trembling, soil flying, and then she was gone. Exactly 9 minutes later, a van arrived at the square. Dust crawled behind its tires. A doctor stepped out, young, sweating, carrying a folder thick with diagnosis notes and test results. "I am looking for a girl," he said. 16, neurological disorder. She walks backward. The villagers didn't speak. The doctor followed the stairs to the Iroko streets. He saw the ropes, the blood on the grass, the shallow struck soil. He dropped the folder and whispered, "She wasn't cursed. She was sick." 16 years earlier, the sky darkened at midday. The market froze. Chickens crawled under huts. Men dropped their calabashes mid-step. Women grabbed their children. No one could explain why. The sun vanished, and from the thick hush, a scream cut through the shadows. Uremma, the potter's daughter, had gone into labor by the river. She had been fetching water, but the baby had come early, feet first. She screamed beneath the Iroko tree, biting into the bark. By the time the help arrived, it was done. The baby lay still in her arms, born feet first, wide-eyed and silent. She didn't cry. She simply looked around, slowly, like she had arrived too soon and was checking if time had caught up. They called her Adobe. 3 days later, Uremma was found dead in her hut. No wounds, no blood. Only a single word scratched into the clay beside her body. Remember, the priestess took the baby in. She fed her, clothed her, but never kissed her. She will bring questions, she warned, and questions will bring trouble. By the time Adobe was 2, she could walk, but never forward. Her heels led the way, her arms hung limp, her steps were steady, deliberate, too perfect for a toddler. She walks like she's going back to where she came from. An old man muttered. They laughed at first, but laughter is only ever a door to fear. By 7, Adobe drew spirals in the depths. She blinked too often. She froze mid-sentence. Sometimes her legs wouldn't move until she turned around and walked backward. She's not normal, people whispered. She's cursed. She remembers things she shouldn't. Children were forbidden from playing with her. Only Ngozi did. She was a smaller girl, bold and bright. She followed Adobe everywhere, imitating her steps, laughing at the puzzled look. "Why do you walk that way?" she asked one day. Adobe paused, then softly spoken. "Because something is coming, and I want to see it before it reaches you." At 10, the dreams began. Adobe would wake shaking, whispering names of people who hadn't died yet, but would. She would draw what she saw: houses burning, rivers drying, children crying into cracked bowls. The priestess burned every drawing she found. "She sees too much," she whispers, "and the gods will punish her for this." At 16, Adaobi fell in love. Obinna, the carpenter's son, didn't flinch when she walked backward past his store. He carved her a wooden bed with its wings straight out and watched her blush for the first time. He followed her one evening, asked her why she was always walking away. She said, "I am not walking away. I am walking in reverse, so I can stop what's chasing us." He didn't understand, but he smiled. They were happy until the dream came. She saw him drowned, bloated, a feather in his hands. She begged him to leave the village. He laughed. So she broke his heart. She shattered the bed, took him. She hated him. He left. Told him she hated him. He left. 2 weeks later, a flood swallowed River Ose. His body was found face down, fingers still wrapped around the feather. The village did not mourn. They blamed. She told him to leave, then cursed him when he stayed. Someone said that was when Ozomena arrived. A preacher from the hills, loud, elegant, charismatic, dangerous. "She walks the wrong way," he said, "and he has been dragging you all backward with her." He told him their dead crops, their miscarriages, their lightning storms were all her doings. She must return to the earth, she defies, and the people cheered. Because Ozomena had given their fear a name. One night, a child disappeared. They found her sitting with Adobe beneath the Iroko tree, both girls humming softly. It was enough. The next day, the village gathered with torches. Ngozi tried to stop them. They shoved her to the ground. They stormed Adobe's hut, shouting, "Winch! Demon! Curse!" They beat her. She did not scream. She only whispered, "Please." They dragged her. They burned her hands. They hit her hut on fire, burned her drawings, her scrolls, her bowl of salt water she kept for cleansing dreams. Then they tied her to a tree all night. She did not cry. She did not beg, only stared into the sky and mounted something the wind swallowed before anyone could see. In the morning, they dragged her. A crowd followed, some afraid, some eager. No one stopped it, not even the priestess. They didn't ask for last words. They didn't loosen her gag. They dumped her in the grave feet first, facing west, arms bound. They buried her quickly, as if that the longer she stayed above the ground, the more truth might escape from her mouth. 9 minutes later, the doctor arrived. He had diagnosis notes, plans for neurological assessments, a bag of medications. "Where is Adobe?" he asked. No one answered. He saw the mound, He saw the clothes. He dropped the bag. She wasn't cursed. She was sick. The village said nothing because everything that could have been said was actually under the earth. Years passed. The grave never settled. The Iroko tree grew twisted on that side. Children swore they heard footsteps in reverse at night. Ngozi became a nurse. She left the village, but never left Adobe behind. She built a small clinic far away, hung a sign that read, "If they walk differently, ask them why." And each year, she returned to the grave with a carved heron, wings wide, break open, and left it behind the roots. Then she would kneel down and whisper, "I'm sorry." And Umulike they never forgot because grief once buried in the truth grows louder, not quieter. And the girl who walked backward lived on their silence, not as a spirit, but as a lesson. Not everyone cursed is real. Not every healer wears a white coat, but sometimes someone walks backward, not to scare you, not to undo your word, but to shield you from what is coming. And if you are too afraid to ask why, you might bury the one who ever tried to save you.